We're here standing in an empty swimming pool, about to try and break the world record for elephant's toothpaste. You want to tell the good people who owns the current world record, Bob?
I do.
You want to tell the good people who's about to not own the world record, Bob?
Pretty confident, aren't you?
No, I'm not.
Engineer.
But if everything goes well, we're hoping to quadruple the amount of the current record which you hold. I'm not sure how much of like the trees and neighborhood we're going to cover in the process. Only time will tell. And chemistry, which I don't understand, but we'll see what we can come up with. We wanted the foam to be safe to play in afterwards, so we used ordinary baking yeast as our catalyst. We could have bought yeast in big buckets, but it turned out it was cheaper to get them in 1-pound bags. The only downside to that is then you have to cut open 180 1-pound bags of yeast, but that's why we have Science Bob.
Come on out, they said. It'll be fun, they said.
This is an emergency tarp system. So if we did our math right, it shouldn't overflow. But in the case that it does, we have these tarps here to contain all of the foam from not going everywhere in the yard. So we hope for the best, plan for the worst. We built these 3 frames for the tarps that would contain the catalyst yeast solution. So when it was time to fill the pool, we could just cut the tarps and it would pour out. The same way we cut the tarp when we added the bigger Orbeez.
I'm alive!
And Kevin. It's go time, baby. We're probably like 7 minutes out. Got a bunch of kids inside who are just raring to get out. The challenge here is this water's warm. We didn't build these containers big enough, so this will start rising. So it's sort of a race against the clock before it starts overflowing. We still have to add the soap, and then we have to add the food coloring. Oh, this looks terrifying as I stab this bloody thing. I think I'm about to get demonetized. Okay, now we're adding the soap. This is what will actually make the bubbles. Soap isn't part of the reaction. 2 more soap buckets. Oh, as you can see, that bucket's filling up real quick. So after a few final touches, we were ready to go. 3, 2, 1. Now before we got the tarps, I want to point out I'm not a chemist. With the physics and engineering problem, I'm way more comfortable understanding the parameters and getting closer to the final solution off the bat. But chemistry is just little molecules I can't see, and it feels a lot like trial and error without any guarantee it will actually scale up predictably. This was feeling like the nightmare of the Jello pool all over again. To get to this point, we had ran over 150 tests, sometimes at great peril to that which we hold dear. And so once again, if this was a total failure, it wouldn't be from lack of effort. Having said all that, here she is. 2, 1, go! So the good news is, we broke the record. The bad news is, we're kind of overachievers. Uh-oh. It's coming up! The great tsunami! Hey, hold this.
Well, goodbye, camera.
Okay, stand back off the tarp.
Well, goodbye, camera.
Oh, we need to grab him. Stand back. Hold this up, Bob. Okay? Woo! So while we pushed all the foam back into the pool, that gave it some time to cool down so we could actually touch it. was super cool because not only did it make the foam look like an alien cocoon, but you could see it travel in infrared because it would expose the much hotter lower layers of foam as it flew around. What do you guys think? Do you think this is gonna